While there's still negotiation, there's still hope, however slender the road to de-escalation may now seem. In that spirit, the German Chancellor came to Kyiv today, en route to Moscow, and a last appeal to the Kremlin.
Ich mache hier in Kiew noch einmal deutlich, dass die Souveränität und die territoriale Unversehrtheit der Ukraine für Deutschland nicht verhandelbar sind. Wir erwarten deshalb von Russland eindeutige Schritte zur Deeskalation der gegenwärtigen Spannung.
Winter still has its grip here. And in his talks with President Zelensky at the Mariinsky Palace, Germany's leader knows that scope for meeting Russia's various demands is slender. And indeed, the Ukrainian aspiration to join NATO and the EU remains, however much the Europeans have been urging this country to make concessions.
Ми розуміємо, що членством в НАТО ми б хотіли, і так це було б забезпечення нашої безпеки, нашої територіальної цілісності. І також це закріплено і в законодавстві України, в Конституції України. Тому, якщо б ми розставляли з вами точки над «і», ми відповіді з вами знаємо, і терміни були б скорочені щодо майбутнього України.
Does that public defiance mask a private readiness to do some deal with the Kremlin? The 2014 revolution in Maidan Square triggered 8 years of Russian hostility. Governments here know that the public appetite to appease President Putin is meagre, to say the least. There's precious little room for manoeuvre.
Which concessions can we talk about? We have 20% of Ukrainian territories under Russian occupation since 2014. It's about Ukraine's sovereignty, not only in domestic politics, but also in foreign policy as well. So any concessions on that would be regarded as a major failure of the Ukrainian government. And I believe that people would really take to the streets in case there is something, some effort from the Ukrainian government to say that, okay, we have something like 3-5 years so that we are not speaking about NATO membership.
Over the weekend, much of the US embassy staff cleared out. Even the head of mission has now decamped to Lviv, hundreds of kilometers to the west. It was a move that ran counter to Ukrainian appeals to their own people to stay and underlined the degree that this nation must find a path through the coming days, largely on its own. Inadvertently, though, the American move may have enhanced the sense of isolation here, coming at the same time as access to Ukraine by air and sea has become more difficult. President Putin, meanwhile, had a socially distanced session with his foreign minister today, who noted that talks might still bear fruit, only polite with the German leader inbound tomorrow. But to the west, Russian forces on Ukraine's borders prepare, and the military option is primed. So this afternoon, with that in mind, we went to Kyiv's Memorial Park, where the sacrifices of World War II are remembered, a potent reminder of the scourge of war, and reminders too of recent fights with Russia. Couples celebrating Valentine's Day made the outing, among them Ivan and Katerina. Should President Zelensky be ready to concede in the interests of peace?
Я вважаю, що у будь-якому випадку краще мирний шлях, ніж війна, але дивлячись, що за поступки, ми не готові втрачати свій суверенітет і незалежність.
The coming days will determine whether a new campaign is unleashed here or whether diplomacy within the tight limits it offers will be enough to avert it.